and welcome. This is Lisa McCardle, your consciousness activator and inner wisdom awakener. And I'm here today to share with you some information about December's energies, what you can expect, how you can prepare, and really just what's important to know. So if you're enjoying what I'm putting out here, please subscribe below if you're on YouTube and feel free to share. So December is by no means like sliding into the completion or sliding into 2020. It is fully activated. And if November was November, December is Yesember is what I'm getting. It's time to say yes. And most importantly, it's time to say yes to you, to your truth, and to what you know and what you desire. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment, but there's a lot of astrology and some really significant things happening in this month of December. So the first of which is the 12/12 portal that will go through on December the 12th. It is also a full moon in the sign of Gemini, and that full moon is at its fullness at 12:12 a.m. Eastern time. So 12/12/12/12/12. A portal, portals are just grand activators. It's where we get lots of new coding, lots of information. They're very numerologically supported. It's a grand activation. And I've been saying this for months and for months and for months. 2019 is really about stabilizing. It's about completions. And this 12/12 portal is going to give you an amazing opportunity to come into the next level. What I'm hearing right now is of your greatest sovereignty. So it's in preparation for you to really be able to come into the fullest bounty of what 2020 is going to be offering us, the year of clear vision. And then we also have the winter solstice that's going to happen on 12/21. And then we're going to have a solar eclipse, which happens to ride in the same frequency as the new moon on 12/26. It'll be the last eclipse of the year. And so there's a lot of frequencies, a lot, I want to say, supporting you energetically, vibrationally, lots of opportunities to create greater harmony. And one of the biggest things is really to honor thy truth. When I was preparing for this, my guidance was, please tell them to honor thy truth. And so how I'm perceiving this is a lot of the traditions that we have familiarized ourselves with around holidays and expectations and familiarities. Oftentimes it can be perceived as a push, and the opportunity that is here is to really, really, really take a moment, take the pause to honor thy truth. How is it that you would best like to celebrate, to be celebrated? What's the greatest contribution you can make, you can be, you can receive, you can attune yourself to through this phenomenal December? And maybe it means creating some new traditions. Maybe it means the vision as I had it was that a lot of these traditions were created in the 3D. And since we're in such rapid influx of movement and really stabilizing into more of a fifth dimensional consciousness or above, our traditions, our expectations, the things that are familiar also are going to have to morph. So the invitation is to really be with, like, what is thy truth? How do you want to spend your time, your energy, your resources? How do you want to experience the transition of the end of this year? Something to explore and something to sit with. The next thing that was coming up was really an invitation to set thyself free. It's really, really important that you are finding all the ways that you are resisting allowing yourself to be in your greatest expression. It is not so much, it can be perceived as being an outside limitation or forces that are external that are holding you back. But what you're having an opportunity to really understand through the lens of this expansion that we are experiencing is that really, truly, everything is of your creation. So are you willing to set yourself free? So I'm going to invite you to comment below. What are you saying yes to? And in that saying yes, perhaps, what freedom are you allowing for yourself? Are you going to say yes to, oh gosh, there's so many things, to the new job, to the new lifestyle, to the new state of well-being, to the new practices? And I'm not talking about setting intentions for New Year. I'm talking about setting clarity, about becoming crystal clear with the energy of the 2020, with the crystal clear vision of who is it that you are willing to allow yourself to become, and what beliefs, ideals, experiences, habits, people, circumstances, experiences do you need to, or do you get to set yourself free from? And with this clear vision and clear intention and saying yes to you, it's just a profound opportunity right now for your complete transformation. And I want to say don't miss it, but the truth is you can't miss it because it's palpable. Now you can embrace it and choose it and find comfort and joy in it, or you can experience it through resistance. And most of us as humans know what that feels like. So I'm a big fan of choosing it. So set yourself free. Say yes, set yourself free. And all of the energies of this month really, truly support you and support it. And there's an opportunity too to kind of do a little bit of a review of relationships and habits and all of these things. Like, are they supporting you in who you're becoming? Are they anchoring you to who you have been that perhaps is ready for its next incarnation? Really good question to ask yourself. Okay, so this forgiveness piece really is the next thing that comes up. Are you willing to forgive yourself, those that you perceive or believe have wronged you? I heard a really beautiful reframe of this morning that's been really lightening my heart, that, you know, forgiveness, it can be a really big leap from your pain point to your forgiveness piece. But could you bless the person, the situation, the circumstance, even if it's of your own creation? Can you bless who you perceive or believe to be the one who wronged you? Could you simply just like bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you, until that blessing is so innate and true inside of yourself that you feel the freedom? Remember that forgiveness isn't really to set somebody else free. It's for your freedom. It's for your salvation. It's for your sovereignty at a higher level. So if forgiving is too hard because the pain point is too big, then could you start at the point of blessing the one or the ones who you perceive or believe have portrayed or harmed you in some way? Really great exploration. That also really takes me to another concept I've been playing with a lot, and I think it will be a really great tool to help support you in moving through these I'm going to say extreme energies of December. They're very exalted energies, perhaps that's a better word. Is that, you know, in most of the teachings about law of attraction, how to be the divine creator, we're taught to move from the pain point into, And it's amazing. And I feel so fantastic. And, fake it until you make it, believe it until your vibration gets to the level of which then you can receive it, right? So as we know, law of attraction is not just saying nice things or doing 1,000 mantras. That is not going to get you to the place of which you desire to be. It is a vibrational alignment and attraction based on vibration. Everything in this planet is vibration. So with that, could you... Sometimes the gap is too big. If you're over here on Solo Island and you want to get to Pleasure Island, to build a bridge that big it can feel Pollyanna. It can feel a little too not based in reality, the pretending. So the invitation is to get to neutral. Can you go to a place where you're neutral? Because neutral is kind of the clean slate, right? So in all things, especially things that are like hyper charged, where you perceive or believe that in the having of it, it's going to completely transform your life. It's a big leap sometimes. So the invitation is to find neutral. So I'm going to invite you to, in everything that's hypercharged, can you find a state of neutral? Do you know what neutral feels like? Neutral is a state, a place of being in the great void. In the great void. I'm having a memory of when I really experienced this in my travels in Bali one time, in this water temple where I had purified myself with these sacred waters. And it was this palpable moment in time where I felt nothing. I wasn't in extreme joy or sadness. The bugs weren't bothering me. The heat wasn't bothering me. It was this state of complete being. It was the most neutral state I had ever in my life experienced. And having had that experience gives me a marker to, I know what it feels like. So I invite you to seek or search for or create a time of knowing what it feels like to be neutral. Often our meditation practices can take us to the space of neutrality. Neutrality is in the pause. It's in the void. And from that place, everything becomes possible. So just a reminder of how you can actually turn up the volume on and magnify your next levels of your divine creation, because you're a divine creator and it's go time. It is go time. 2020 is holding so much potency and so much availability for each and every one of us that it is palpable. But there's a few things to tie up, to understand, to come into comfort with, to come into ease with, to come into alignment with, so that you can be prepared to receive the vision, the clarity, the activators of what 2020 is going to bring to you. So it is a time to be mindful. It's a time to be present. It's a time to say yes. And it's really a time to give yourself the presence and the pause that is needed to be. And be curious where you find resistance in that. I had a little exploration of this myself this last weekend, and the resistance to allowing the being can be so uncomfortable. So just be mindful, and be mindful of what stories get created when you perceive or believe that you're going to be in the pause. Is there a story about doing? Is there a belief system? Do you end up bullshitting all over yourself? And how do you recover from that? How do you move into allowance? How can you move back into grace so that ultimately you can move into that sweet space of sovereignty, of grace? That is how we create. And you're being invited very, very rapidly to move into the full frequency of you as the divine creator. And it's a really beautiful journey. So with that being said, what are you going to say yes to? And what will you be set free of or from in response to that yes? So comment below. Again, feel free to share this and please subscribe because I have some amazing plans for 2020 for more and more and more sharing as more and more and more divine information is coming through. So know that you are blessed, know that you are whole, know that you are perfect just as you are, perfectly imperfect. Here we go, creating new worlds and becoming new humans. You have all the support that you need, and you have all the love of the universe behind you. So create well, my friend. Blessings to you.